And we're live. All right, we're recording. So as I was explaining, guys, so if you put your stop loss, you know, price tends to come back and pull back. So you have to allow price to have proper space in order for you to expect these pullback and continuation. Look, all these pullbacks here were just retests of the zone, and then it continued to go off. And after every zone that it broke off of, if I draw a line in every single one, you're going to see that there's a retest. Look, right there, right here, and look right here. So guess what happens if you put your price right behind those prices? Let me hide this so you guys can see what I'm talking. Then, like, even look at this better. Hold on. After every breakout on the 1 hour, because I'm using the 1 hour to show this right now, look how price came back, retest the area, put breakout, retest, breakout, retest, breakout, retest. And I'm gonna bombard you with breakout retest because that's as simple as those, how many entries you could have gotten in on this trade right now if you didn't take the trade yet. So just keep that in mind. Breakout retest, enter. Don't enter at the highs, enter at the pullbacks. If you have a trend going uptrend, wait for the pullback to the nearest retest area and then take the trade. Don't buy up here because guess what? If you throw a dollar lot somewhere up here, you're gonna experience the drawdown, and then that's where you get scared, and that's where you get stopped out, and that's where you exit the trade. And guess what? Now you just exited the trade, and boom, it shoots up to the upside. All right, so that's the oil trade, guys.
My man Jomar just described everybody in here.
I mean, I've experienced. Look, I've been sitting. Don't look at me like, you know, I'm some Forex guru, because I'm not. I've just experienced everything you're going through. So, you know, I'm either learning or I'm not learning. So which one is it? And if I'm not learning, then I better do something, because I literally gave up a $500,000 company to do this. So I got no other choice but to make sure I'm understanding what I'm seeing in these charts.
Yo, can you pull up gold real quick?
Okay, so that's oil, guys. For you guys, let's go to gold. I'll let who's the owner of gold? That's my boy Steven. Steven, you got the
Steven, share your screen.
My fault, bro. I'm driving right now, but I have
all right, that's good. That's okay. All right. So I'll post my chart, and if you can participate, you can, and if you can, we understand. So let me share my screen on gold.
Oh, you doing it?
All right. Share screen, and this is gold right here. But I want you to take the opportunity to practice on what happened and what did you see. I mean, this is how I have it charted. I don't know if it's the same, but see what's the best you could do, make of that.
Well, I don't know if Steve's going to talk, but I wanted to kind of provide an update. Last night, when we were looking at gold, we were at 1562 around there, 1563. And I mentioned to you guys that this was the price area where I was looking for buys in the market for gold. And the market did exactly that. Like it actually mind blew me when I saw how when she hit that price twice and came up. So what I'm looking for now with gold is for gold to break 1585. I'm looking for a very strong push to the upside to fill up 16. Where is it at? 1611. But it has some obstacles. If you look at the trend line that Jomar has drawn here, right here, we not only must break price here, but we must also break the price area here. So with failure to do so, we can see potentially the next leg, which can also break the overall trend that the market has been stuck in. So what I want us to do is keep an eye out as price starts to develop. Today's FOMC, right? The Federal Open Markets Committee. And they're going to talk about the state of the economy. They're going to talk about balance sheets. They're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that are going to have an impact towards the US dollar. So if we know if news is negative for the US dollar, we're going to see gold go up, right? And if the news is positive, we're going to see gold do what? Down. So our job here is to observe how gold behaves from here to about 130 and kind of have an idea where price is positioning itself at. Because usually they will position themselves right around the time the news is going to drop. So I want us to continue observing this. Again, we understand the correlation between the US dollar and gold. We understand how gold tends to do the opposite of whatever oil does. So if oil keeps flying up, right, and we see signs of reversal, your job is to identify price areas where the market is potentially going to reach that price, right? So for instance, right here, if the market can't break above this resistance, we already know that that's a price area that the market can reverse in. Now, the important thing is to identify how the market is behaving, price action, all of that leading up to this. So I'll be keeping everybody updated. Personally, I like to see it break, but if it can't break above this price area here, we might be setting ourselves up for shorts. Just a heads up. But let me see. Anything else I want to add to that? Does anybody have any questions on gold?
No.
No. Other than that, I should have taken this buy when you called it last night.
Yeah.
but don't worry. Next time, I ain't not missing the next opportunity. I'm going to stop my share, bro, so you can share your screen for this morning. I'm going to be in the backgrounds trying to do some other stuff while we're working. Okay, who we got? Let's see who's here. We got Evelio, Dean, Hemi. I don't know whose iPhone, because somebody's iPhone there, but I don't know who that is. Gonzalez, Luis, all the way from Dominican Republic. Hemi's all the way from Australia. Dean, where are you from, by the way, buddy?
Colorado.
Colorado. Okay, so we got different places of the world all up in here.
Jamal, iPhone is me. I have to use both because
okay.
The volume not working on my computer.
All right, that's fine. I just wanted to know. Just want to welcome everybody that's in here.
So I was looking at AUD USD.
We got Randy too. Sorry, my bad. And who's Paul? I haven't met Paul yet.
Paul's the homie.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on, brother?
What's up, Paul?
What's up, Jay?
Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Real quick, I was observing AUD USD on the daily chart, and one of the things that caught my attention was how the market, it attempted to break above, but one of the biggest things that kind of halted my perspective was how the market rejected this light area right here, this price area. Let me move this real quick. Of course, my keyboard died. So I was looking for what else can we see here that can kind of alter what we were looking for, which was buys to the upside. We were looking for a full retracement to the upside. Now, if we look at how the market is setting itself up, right? So we see that the market has double topped here. On top of that, it broke the trend. We had higher lows, right? What I was expecting was that this to break back in and form another higher low. Now, the market kind of had some trouble breaking the higher low point here. But as we know that this daily candle still has some ways to go. So yesterday we saw a nice push up to the upside, rejected price here and came back down. But as you can see now here, the market is still forming a slight higher low on this candle here. Now, what we really need this candle to stay above this line here, or if it can close above this zone, so we can start to develop that momentum. In the case where we don't see that, I'm looking for a potential move to this zone down here, right, which is about 20 pips away. I'm looking for a potential move down here and then start to create the correction, which would look something like this. You know, kind of understanding how AU moves, we can see how this area here is the potential for a retest, which is about 100 pips, if I'm not mistaken, this move here. Yeah, just about almost 100 pips. And then we can see maybe one more wave down to complete the extended leg where the last higher low point was, and then see the move to the upside. I just wanted to bring this up because with price breaking this gray zone we identified here, it'll be breaking a key structured support level that the market had formed prior. And, you know, I want to make sure that we're able to spot these prices in case, you know, as most people were looking for buys in this, you know, in the case it didn't set up, you know, just so you know how to act, you know, react to it. But we'll be keeping an eye on this. I'm confident. I like how she's setting up overall. But, you know, here we have an M formation with the extended leg. We should soon see a real strong push to the upside. But, you know, this is one of the trades I'm personally holding. Let me see.
I got that trade too. I entered this morning on the retest.
Yeah, AUD actually just strengthened up. It was the second to last weakest currency, and it's now the third strongest currency. So that's something to keep an eye on. As I said, JPY is really strong now. We may want to start looking at the next currency, which is USD JPY sells. Again, she's still consolidating there. I have not seen any signs that's telling me buy me now or sell me later. There's still nothing. It's still dancing around the area where she gapped from. As we can see, we have a full closed gap. Now I want to start to see signs. Any signs that the market is going to drop. I mean, I see a nice W right here. As you guys know, if you guys been watching our previous classes lately, you know, anytime the market forms, of course it's going to be white. Anytime the market's been forming these W patterns here, right, you always see a retracement. For instance, I'll give you an idea here. Here's one, right, and here's the retracement. And then you have the market's forming, you know, M's and W's. We've seen different types of M's, but in the end, they're really just double tops and double bottoms. If you look at it, if you're looking at a double bottom on an uptrend, right, when the market breaks the trend, that's why we will see a retracement. For instance, so here we see a double bottom on a descending channel, simply just broke out, retested, and kept going. So I'm looking for signs of confirmations. I don't have any yet. Still early. We might not see crazy movement today because it's gonna be a move. There's gonna be a news event at 2 p.m. Necessarily, that's not always the case. There's always opportunity, but we just, you know, kind of reviewing all the charts that we've been talking about. The next one.
Yeah, I could do mine.
I want to talk about. Yes, yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know you were still going. I was gonna do mine. GU.
Let's go, baby.
All right, perfect. I'll give you the screen right now.
Let's go, baby.
See, Jama, I'm on.
Stepping up to the plate.
Okay, let me see. Where's my share? Screen one, share. Okay, everybody can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, so I don't know how to, okay, I deleted the, you know, when you do the short position, so my first take profit hit here. The second one came at a bee's dick right here, and it didn't touch down. But the good news is it was correcting. It came up. This level is a 61.8. I did a fib on this. Let me just do it real quick so you can see, to let me know that it was still going to go down. So I did it from the last level right here. And as you can see, it hit nicely, this 61.8. So I knew that it had one more leg to go down. So what I'm thinking is it's going to come down, touch down either where it last left, or come and actually tip it, and then go to the upside. So on the upside, we'll wait for breaker structure, probably retest, and then take a long. That's it.
Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Let me see.
Any questions?
Good morning, buddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Good morning, buddy.
Hi, Mommy.
Yeah, go say hi to mommy. Go.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So cute.
I wanted to add on to GU. It has broken price area. Just to give some perspective, real quick. Let me get the screen real fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to show you. I want to show you what I was seeing.
Okay.
All right. You guys see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So, excuse the craziness, but overall, this was a price area I was looking for the market to retest if it was going to retrace. Instead, it slightly did, but now it broke it. So if we break the price of 29.68 or 29.55, we're going to see a strong downturn, because if we look at the overall outlook of what GU is looking like, this is a very important channel the market is in, and it could be dancing all the way down here. This is why I was mentioning second take profit for GU, for those who had GU sales still, was 29,500. So if you look at the way the market is moving, that was the first leg, the retest, third leg, retest. We have one more leg down. So just keep an eye on that before you actually make a decision to buy. All right. But overall, great job.
I'm not making a buy anytime soon. If it comes down to the level where where it retraced before, I'm gonna wait for it to come all the way back up, break structure. If I see downside action, then I'll wait for it to retest outside of that zone and then take it down.
Perfect. Awesome. That's what I want to hear.
Anybody still holding GU cells?
I still have GU cells, actually.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I have it on the XOH account, the Stanton, whatever you call that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Santon Direct.
GU was good.
Just to talk about the Santon Direct account, I had a few people reach out to me. A few days ago, I think it was about almost 2 weeks ago, I reached out to everyone in the chat, and I reached out to some personal people that I figured would use the opportunity. Santon Direct is it's another broker. They basically, they're just basically offering people the opportunity to trade for them. So as you can see in Jomar's account, they give you $100 to trade. They have their own platform. They don't use MT4, and it's the same thing as just as we chart and trade on MT4 is the same thing on this platform. It's just a bit different. As you can see here, overall, Jomar's in profit $30, off the two positions that he's taken here off of GA and GU. And the way it works is, they give you the opportunity to trade for them while you're learning and earning, not using your own cash. And the only negatives are that, you know, you have to give them 25% of your profits, which I don't see as a problem because they gave you money to trade with. And on top of that, you have a specific time frame you can only place your trades through. So it's between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. But you can hold your trades and close them anytime after that. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, I personally took advantage of the opportunity, and I have built the account up to almost $450. And, you know, I made a few withdrawals and transferred them over to my personal account with them. And I just been, you know, keep placing the same trades we're going over here on a smaller scale, and taking advantage of the opportunity to get to know the broker, and also, you know, free money in my perspective. But if you guys are interested, hold on 1 second. You can only trade during what times? And you said you can only
11 to 4.
You can only place trades from 11 to 4 p.m. So every day, once you're signed up and you have your account registered, they'll send you an email stating New York City or New York prop trading has opened. Where is it at? Let me see. Oh, New York prop trading has begun. Place your trades anytime until 4 p.m. But then, let's say 4 p.m. hits and you were holding, let's say, GBP USD and you wanted to close it at 7. You understand? Yes, Dean. Eastern time, yep. If you want to close at 7 p.m., you know, you're able to go ahead and say to yourself, all right, let me close this trade, but I can't add any more trades till 11 a.m. in the morning. Personally, I think it's a great way to teach you how to let your trade do your thing. You know, some people place a trade and in the span of like 5 seconds already out of the trade and don't even let the trade do its thing. So if you guys are interested, I put the information in the Discord channel. It's in the announcement channel. I would repost it. And
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
No, just send the link to everybody, and when they click the link, it takes them to the post. That's what I've been doing when people ask for it, bro.
Yeah, see, I signed up for that about 2 days ago, and I can't seem to find that account where it's got the $100 in it. I'll have to catch up with you at some stage, shall I? Have a look.
I'll walk you guys through in the end how to set it up.
Okay.
I reposted in the announcements chat, but let's get back to trades. So in an hour and a half, we have
The inventories.
We have the inventories, which is going to affect the oil prices. Also, you can expect UCAD to make a move here. So, you know, one of the things I want to look for is just how price is setting itself up. So if you guys realize here, you know, the market came down after an extended push to the upside, and it seems to be forming a, you know, kind of like a rising wedge here in this sense. A rising wedge here. What I would love to see is the closure of this candle forming a lower high, giving us a beautiful head and shoulders pattern so that we can slap it up. I'm looking for more and more confirmations as price continues to settle in and around this area. Right now, as we spoke on earlier, some key components that can be affecting the U.S. dollar is the FOMC announcements. You have the FOMC federal fund rates, the statement, and a press conference. So now the fund rates may stay the same. We're expecting probably like 1.75 to be coming out. But what's gonna affect the market, so you guys are up to par, is that it's not what they're saying, is what's being said, in the sense of the direction. Is there any difference to what was said? So if they say, you know, that they're still taking a dovish or a hawkish approach, you know, personally, I want to go ahead and take my cheat sheet, If you look at the cheat sheet, I put a slide in the bottom of the cheat sheet that kind of explains to you the difference between a hawkish and a dovish approach in their statements. So when they're talking about the potential of a hawkish approach in the economy, give me 1 second. Shomar, can you?
Yo, I wanted to, I'm looking at this as I'm looking at it. If price gets into that zone up there, to that high of that zone, I'll sell it from there.
Mm-hmm. It's good, bro. It's a good opportunity.
No. It could probably price itself up in there or slip a little bit higher above and sell from that point on. This for me is like this zone right here completely is where I want to catch it for sells, depending on what price action tells us. If it just doesn't go by higher than here, or if it just stays in here and then breaks down from there. But from the original analysis that I did on the beginning of this month, price from the beginning of January has taken pretty much the whole month to reach all the way up to here, 4 weeks up until now. For those that have been paying attention to the analysis that I placed in the Discord chat, January 7th, price was all the way over here, down here, this candlestick over here. Took 4 weeks to make this whole entire move, pretty much. USD CAD. So, what you were looking for news on the oil inventories, Joe? He stepped away.
He went out. Yomar, we were discussing a little bit today before entering here. The entering of the positions when we're gonna go into the market. I was saying that the best time to go in the market is at the 4 hour, and some people were deferring. You know what I mean? So maybe if you want to clear up a little bit, would be nice.
So
real quick, I understand why people were kind of freaking out about that, because I've always taught them to look for entries on the 15-minute.
Got it. It just depends on how you see it. If I break it down the way I'm going to break it down. So let's say, for example, I was explaining to some of the guys, let's say you're looking at this area, right? And you see price bouncing off and down over here. If you're going to buy, tell me here, somebody in the crowd, if you're going to buy, where would you buy? Would you buy at the top of the range or at the bottom of the range?
At the bottom, of course.
Okay, and if you're going to sell, where would you buy? Where would you sell? At the top of the range or at the bottom of the range?
Resistance.
Correct. So the point is, when you go down to the 15-minute or the 5-minute, where's that box? Okay, you got to go all the way back here. Okay, when you go down to 15-minute, it's still the same thing, just that you have a boxed out range that is telling you where your sniper entries are going to be.
All right.
Look what I'm saying. You're going to look at the 15-minute or the 5-minute or whatever candlestick you want to watch, you know, and just that's my perspective, guys. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, but when you're swing trading, and you want to shoot for 200 pips, if you're off 5 or 10, 15 pips, it really is not going to hurt you because you're not aiming for 5 or 15 pips unless you're scout or day trading. You're looking for the 200 pip move. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so it won't matter if you're slightly a little bit off, but what is matter is trying to get that best entry. But you could do that from pretty much the 4 hour as well when you're trying to swing trade. So from a swing trader perspective, as long as you do that method like that, you know, buy at the low, buy at the low at the support, you buy at the support. And if I go to the 4 hour, I'm still going to be able to see that. if you go over here and you're boxed in and I'm trading from the 4 hour to get my entry, I'm going to enter at one of these wicks down here. I'll wait for the pullback. Okay, guys?
Got it.
So there's a lot of things, just so you guys understand, that JL has taught me, but I'll take all his information and put it in how I can best works for me. Everybody's going to trade differently. So you can't, you're going to model somebody, but then when you start modeling, you're going to be able to now apply your piece of the sauce to it, how you feel comfortable to it. You know what I'm saying? Because me and JL, you know, he trades very aggressively. I trade aggressively, but, you know, with a little bit of a twist, being a little bit moderate and conservative is what I'm trying to say. So you're going to find your own personality, what fits best on how you trade. So you just have to grasp the concepts that we're teaching you guys here.
Correct. I second that. Yo, while you're talking about that, GBP AUD started moving down. AUD USD started moving up. If you guys are not in, real quick, hold on, before anyone talks. Real quick, I'm sorry. Once GBP, AUD USD breaks 67,500, be ready to take that trade. GBP AUD, if you haven't gotten into that trade, that's a trade we were looking at to take an entry. As Jomar has his chart up, you know, it's setting itself up lovely, and I'm really, I personally have already smacked it up. Yeah, GJ and GU, I'm personally still shorting those.
I'm in sales for GJ. I had put it in the chat earlier. I didn't have the time to put a chart up, but right now it's about 20-something pips in profit.
Nice.
I got 131 pips on GJ sells.
Yeah.
I sold it way earlier, like a week and a half.
I took the safe entry.
I got you. What's next? All right, this is GA. GA trade is still in play for sells. As we can already see, we're starting to build on the 4 hour in trend over here. So as long as we can continue respecting this area, sloping down this way along this trend, and once we reach into this level here, this is where we're gonna have to pay attention for the first take profit, as long as it doesn't break to the upside. But if you see this level over here, this area, as long as we don't break above high here, you know, we're still good for these sells. So it's just like I said, things take its time, and you gotta allow for it to take its course. So if you sold high, then guess what? Regardless of where price is at right now, you're dancing, you're going with the flow of what's going on, and you have nothing to worry about. And I was thinking something today while I was kind of, I think, showering before I got on here. And like, there has been many times where before I would hold a trade in negative so fucking long and not allow for my positive winners to fucking do what it's gonna do. I totally reversed that. Now I'm quick to cut a loss, and if my trade is winning, I'm good to hold it for 2 months, whatever it wants to give me. As long as she keep going, I'm gonna keep holding.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how we're fast to do that? We're fast to cut, you know, hold the negative, but then on a trade that's winning, we're like, let me close this shit real quick. Penny pinching, boy.
I know. I mean, it's just, it takes a little bit of practice and lessons learned to understand that you gotta switch. You gotta switch your mindset and pay attention to what you're being trained to kind of do. You know how many times y'all told me that, and I've heard that from other people. Yo, cut your losses short and let your winners run. And I did the totally opposite all the time before. Boy, that was one roller coaster ride every single time.
Hell yeah. I'd like to add something to what he's saying there. One of the things we want to achieve out of the morning sessions too is, outside of just kind of like giving you guys what to do, how to do it, blah blah blah, we want to inject perspective into, you know, what we did, how we would approach it, what we were doing, you know, because you know, in a lot of scenarios when I have conversations with a lot of the students, like they're sharing with me like what they're struggling with or what they haven't been able to break through. And I just feel like as you guys watch us and see us doing what we do, sharing certain perspectives and adjustments that we have made, and how we've been able to overcome them. Just anything you guys are personally going through when trading, I would love for you guys to put it in the chat. And, or if you overcame anything, I encourage you guys, guys, this is something I used to do. I would place a trade every time. I just kept finding myself placing trades at resistance for buys, and it would go against me. Share it. We want to hear it. We're here to grow, and I encourage everybody to continue working hard and doing what they're doing.
Yeah. We're gonna continue into looking at some other pairs, but I want to say one more announcement that not even JL has. I didn't tell him, but I'm gonna let you guys know now. All right. When I met JL at the beginning, I went out of my way to learn from every avenue I could, besides even himself as well. And he could probably tell you that. And I have a ton of indicators that can also be helpful. So he just created an indicator channel that I'll probably be running that channel. So what I'm going to do is, if I have any particular indicator, I'm going to start uploading them there with pictures and what they do. And it'll be at no charge. Meanwhile, I paid for a lot of these indicators. So just because I'm on board with TPA, you will be getting these for free. And I can show you how they work. So for example, the first ones I've already uploaded, if you see in the indicators channel, you have two indicators here. One on the top over here is called a pip counter. And if you put it on your MetaTrader, you're going to be able to see if you have multiple trades running. You have trade 1 and trade 2. It tells you how many pips, either negative or positive. And then it tells you where price is all the way up here, what's the spread, and what's the high and the low of that candlestick that is currently trading. So that's that. And then in the bottom, it'll give you a total of what these two counts of pips are, with the total of, if you're in profit or you're in loss. And then the last number here is the how many minutes is left to that candlestick. So these are the first two I've already uploaded. If this is something that you guys want to use, it's already in the indicators channel. I put a picture of it, of this same exact setup, and the indicators are there. I'll also post another video on how to install these indicators on your MT4 platform. So for some of you that don't know where to put it, I'll show you where to put it, just in case, so that way you guys know what we're doing with that channel there. All right, and that was that. Okay, let me put this out of the way. So if you guys like that indicator, you can go and grab it. It's already here. I'll show you here from the Discord. I put it in the indicator channel. As you can see, I placed a picture of what it is, each and every indicator. And then each indicator is labeled here. All you gotta do is click the download button, download it to your computer, and install it on your MT4. And then it has some settings. I can guide you through that when you get to that. If you are really interested in it, just DM me privately and I'll help you through it. Okay, so let's get on to trading. What other pair we got next? Euro NZD. You want to look at that? Look at that beauty, guys. Look at that. Who took EN? Anybody took EN besides Evelio that I know he's in it? Nobody? Okay.
I did.
Oh, you did. All right, this is your pair, bro. Explain this one, bro. Go, Hemi.
All right.
You want to share your screen? Because this is your pair.
Yeah, too easy, man. So this is what I mapped out. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we are seeing your screen, buddy.
Okay, so this is what I had mapped out. At the moment, it's still ranging in between. Oh, where's my mouse? It's still ranging in between these spots. So I had an entry around down here, and it's obviously gone up, and then that wick just got me. And then it's obviously it's carried on up to the top. So I was hoping this would pull back down to this level here, which is the 618, or around those two levels. And I look for a long-term long, because my overall bias on this is long. It just needs to clear out a few of these key areas first. So if this here is taken out, if this high is taken out, actually on the lower. So what did I see? On the lower, I was seeing a little inverted. A little head and shoulders, and this blue line here was acting as some pretty strong resistance, but it was reasonably slow last night for a fast-moving pair like this. But obviously, in the last few hours, it's managed to break up out of it, and now it's going to have a go at that high. So if we can break out of that and come to this area, break out and retest it, I'll probably look to get long. So that's sort of what I'm looking at the moment. With the FOMC, that should have a big impact on the euro as well as the US dollar. So depending on the outcome of that, this could
let me add something to that. Because I've also been following this. So if you zoom out, there's also if you take this other trend over here from the bottom of this previous low and take it against that trend up here. Just draw a new line. Let me draw it. I could do the annotation. Okay, give me 1 second. Right, I'm saying from here. See that? You could consider this a fake out. So all the people that bought here and were buying all had stops right around in this area, got stopped out, and price continued doing what it was going to do anyway, and come back and retested this original trend that it has going on over here. You see that?
Yeah, 100%.
So everybody got stopped out. You know how I know? Because I got stopped out 3 times right here. But, that's part of the game. So that was something additionally to add that I wanted everybody to see, that you could see the fake out, come back up into the zone and retested it.
Yeah, 100%, man. And the thing with this pair is it does move quite a bit, so there'll be lots of opportunities to get in. So it's still at the very start of overall a bullish trend, I think, off the weekly and the daily. So we'll just look to buy the pullbacks.
Yeah, correct. I'm waiting for a pullback. I have missed several pullbacks, obviously, because it's happening in times I'm not paying attention, and I have not placed like a pending order. But it seems like I may need to kind of sink in and see what's going on in the next price zone that it's in, and then possibly put a pending order, because I've missed like 5 opportunities so far in this range that she's in. So in the current price action where she's in, if you box out that range there, I would want to get in one of those lows right here. If I get in, you see that right there, that range. So if I'm going to buy, I want to wait for a price to pull back, so it can, if it even gives me that, because if it breaks to the next level above, then I got to wait for another pullback at the above level.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at as well. So ideally, I'd love an entry back down here, but we'll just see what happens.
Okay, you got it. Who's next?
That's me. Yeah.
Who owes me charts? So there's some people in this room that owe me charts. Yo, Evelio. Oh, Evelio had UCAT, but you spoke about UCAT already. Let me see. Let's look at what everybody had. Let's go back to the Discord. Look at everybody's chart. Lucho's not in here. NAS 100, UNZD we just spoke about. We spoke about UJ. We spoke about gold. We spoke about AUD USD, right? Yep, earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about GA. We spoke about GU. How about GJ? Have we spoken about that? I don't think so. Did we?
GJ, we were just, Conrad was just saying he's looking to sell it.
Well, GJ is in a very beautiful downtrend.
Yeah, GJ, I'm in sales. I'm in a sell for GJ. I could put a chart up maybe in about the next 30 minutes. I'm driving to work right now.
Yeah, don't worry. I have, okay, just so we could break down on GJ, because when Price was in this zone, me and the fellas that I trade with, we were looking to sell because there's a zone that hasn't been retested, and that's this zone right here. So you see this over here, this area? Obviously, that's very, very long term. But when Price broke out of this zone, it kind of retested, but, you know, just did like this one little small candle. I feel that Price could potentially eventually come back to this area to retest it down here. But this is obviously long term, somewhere in here, and then it'll kind of bounce off of a trend line from here, like that. What do you think about that, Eddie Joe? Does that make sense? Anybody else here? What do you guys think about that? So I'm thinking that Price can potentially start falling little by little, break these zones, and come back to retest the zone, then to continue back its way up. That's just overall me what I'm seeing. And look, it works hand in hand with this thing, with this perfect here. Look, as well. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep, makes sense to me.
So I mean, right now I have GJ sells. I caught a very a good opportunity. I entered at, my entry was at let me see, around 143. I entered right around here somewhere for sells, and I've been holding on those sells. So I've just been managing the trade as price continues to fall, and I'll just manage it from there until I see what happens at these level zones here. So we got one zone here that I'm looking at, then this next zone around down here, and then if it does fall and breaks through all these areas, then watch it to see what it does around here. But like I said, this is long-term trading, meaning that you're taking a good position at the high and waiting for it to move and let it do what it's got to do. But from a intraday perspective, if you want to try to catch these short trades, you know, we already had an opportunity a few hours ago. Look at it right here. Price pulled back to the zone here, retested it, and dropped. So this was an entry right here on this pullback. If you guys missed out on the GJ sell, if you were watching it,
you had it before that drop, right?
No, I have my entry. I have my entry here. My entry's all the way up here. Yeah,
but when it did that drop on Sunday, did you get out or you stay?
I'm in it. I didn't get out. I'm still holding, buddy.
Because I remember you got out with one. I think you got out.
Let me ask.
I only closed UJ, but I didn't close GJ.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick, because I'm looking at EN, and I know you guys were mentioning it going being bullish, but one thing that I have noticed, for one, is giving you a somewhat of a double top, and one thing I noticed when I see a lot of double tops, you will see some type of manipulation afterwards, where banks induce price to knock out the traders that, you know, took the sell on the double top and it hit their stop loss before going down. I'm not 100% sure that this trade is going to continue being bullish.
I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying with the double top here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never a right or wrong answer. I can't tell you I'm right.
Right, it's just a wait and see kind of thing.
Yeah, you just okay. The thing about trading that is, if you're wrong, accept it really fast, so that way you mitigate your loss.
That's right.
So the whole point of trading is if you're wrong, don't hold the trade too long. Your stop should be right above close. Look, like for example, last week I wanted to get into buys in here, but I had stops very close. I didn't give it more than 10 or 15 pips. But guess what? Had I held that thing so long, I would have been a massive drawdown all the way to down here. So I got stopped out, which is fine. Okay, no problem. But the point is that don't feel bad if you get stopped out or you were wrong. So, one bias has nothing to do with the next, because in this game, in order for you to win, in order for us to buy, somebody has to be shorting and they're going to lose. On the other side of the spectrum is when you're winning, somebody's losing. And when you're losing, somebody's winning.
Zero-sum game.
All right, guys?
Right.
So understand that.
I'm not sold on it going up just yet, because it's really struggling to, if you have a look at the price action over the last, say, 12 hours, there's not a hell of a lot going on there for a pair that does move quite significantly. So I'm actually looking forward to pull back first to the 1.6750 area.
Yeah.
That area that you have there, Jomar, the second one down below there.
Yeah.
The grey area, and then look for it, because that's around the 618.
So let me clear something up to the point of what we just discussing about ranges. If your bias is short, let's say that the bias is short, we should be shorting right now. You got me? Because look where if you're gonna short right now, you're already pretty much at a resistance area. You understand? But if I'm gonna go long, I should be buying from down here. This is the point that I'm trying to tell you, and your stop should be right above the previous high, because if it breaks, it's gonna break the structure and giving you a bullish confirmation. If it breaks the structure below, it's gonna give you a bearish confirmation. You understand? So if I enter down here on a buy, I'm gonna put my stop loss right under the previous low. So if it stops me out, it's gonna stop me out with a tight stop loss, and I was wrong. And you can see that it'll break structure right there. Now, like I mentioned earlier, some of you guys might have not been on the chat when I mentioned it. When I'm trading in front of my screen, I don't put the stop loss, because sometimes it could be a fake out and it stops you out and goes. If I'm trading in front of my computer, I have my mental stop loss. The reason why I have the line, so that way if there's slippage, I don't get stopped out and then just price reverses right there and then. The only time I put my stop losses active is at night to go to sleep. That's the only time. Other than that, if price is really close to my entry, I put it in my exit, so that way I don't get stopped out easily. And I'm pretty sure many of you guys have experienced that already. But the point is the following: if you're gonna go short from the most highest point you can. If you're gonna go long, short from the lowest point you can. That's basically the bottom line. And I could be wrong in my long bias, and Conrad could be right in his short bias, and I could be probably right on my long bias, and he could be wrong in his short bias. So there's no right or wrong answer in this game. It's just knowing how to mitigate your loss. That's the key right there, guys. Okay. And for right now, we could just continue to watch Ian, and whoever has a long bias can go long. And if you have a short bias, you can go short, but just understanding where you're going to enter. That's all you need to really focus.
I mean, Ian right now is sitting above my reversal threshold. So it will indicate to me that, I should be looking at longs. I'm just watching it to see what it does. I mean, I'm not going to. I just trade what I see, man. I don't.
No, I know what you're saying. No, I got what you're saying. I know what you're saying, bro. As of right now, if I was to be shorting, this was where I'd be shorting, like you're explaining. The only thing the only thing I don't like, bro, is the following. You see the white line right here?
Yeah, it's giving it is support. Yep.
That's my 200 EMA. That 200 EMA.
I have the same thing on mine.
Do not play.
Yep. It doesn't at all.
That does not play, bro. When that shit is sitting on support, it's like, okay, time to go up. If it's below, it's time to go down. So the
That's
fact
200.
that 200 MA broke, retested. I'm gonna stay with my long bias now.
Yeah.
And you know, that's just me. We could see if we're right or wrong in a week and a half from now, and then we could take this conversation and do Monday quarterback playing. What happened and what you know where we were wrong or where we were right, and we can watch it from that perspective. And that's the way you guys are going to learn.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
everybody's going to learn, guys. So pay attention to what we just discussed. This is being recorded, so when 2 weeks down the road, whatever happens to Ian, we come back and play it, and we can see what transpired.
You should mark that frame time so that next week we know it was there.
You mean the Ian, the 2 on the 4 hour?
Yeah, just mark that area that we are discussing now so that next week.
What I do? Let me
back and
I'm gonna screenshot it right now.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm gonna just post it in the general ideas, and then we have it there already saved.
Just publish it, bro, and then you can see how it.
The only thing is that when you publish it, bro, you gotta explain an explanation there on fucking trading.
Yeah, just put blah blah blah. These nuts.
All right, publish. Okay, I'm gonna write that. Blah blah. No, I'm just starting. I'm gonna put Ian long bias. That's it. And this is just.
I always post my ideas when I'm on the fence like you guys are right now. I put it blah blah blah. Shake this tip.
All right, Jailbot, you were there, bro. Give us your perspective on what me and Conrad were going back and forth on right now.
Personally, there's a few things that I agree and disagree with. What I agree with is the whole perspective of the ands and the ifs and the buts. Like, you know, it could break here, but overall, I've learned my lesson that when there's a morning star on an important price area on any fucking pair and the candle engulfed and broke resistance, don't short the shit.
Okay.
And if you look at the daily channel, the daily time frame, you're gonna see it right. The morning star formed right on the key support area that we had identified as the take profit area for that drop, and there's no telling that we're reversing anytime soon.
All right. Yeah, we didn't come to the daily. Conrad, one more thing from a daily perspective. Let me see the weekly real quick. Oh, my bad.
That's what I see.
Look at the weekly, though. You got that big engulfing, too. See this candle right here on the weekly? If by Friday this engulfs and closes all the way over here, let's say if it closes, then bye-bye short. On the weekly.
Correct.
From the weekly perspective, and on the weekly, look where the 200 EMA is sitting on now. It's sitting on support.
Where's Lucho? Let's see. I want to see his perspective on the max. I'm mad because I'm still holding. Show us those numbers, brother. Where's that order flow?
Where's the order flow, bro?
I'm here. I'm checking it out. I'm watching the S&P.
All right, that was good. That was a good conversation, guys. I actually like that back and forth because we should all be challenged. It's always good to be challenged on why, to have a different perspective. It's not a bad thing to see a different perspective of what somebody else is seeing. So that is always good when you're trading, because you're trying to ultimately all you're trying to do is be on the right side of the trade. So that way.
My thing is just looking at it, because I'm able to like really look at Ian right now. I'm looking at the daily, like you say. I see the morning star you're talking about. But what I also see is price had made an impulsive move, right? It pulled back, and where I have my reversal threshold at, price has yet to break it. It closed underneath it back in, January 15th, and it's been having a hard time breaking this. Hold on. I'm going to read you the level. This 168604. Now, on the daily, today, it just broke it. You know what I'm saying? Now, for me, I would wait if it closes today above it and it goes back down and retests and confirm that that last impulsive move was violated, then I'm looking to take it for a long. I mean, that's what I would wait for. If you understand, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, I got you. No, I understand.
But I mean, I definitely I see what you guys are saying as well. Like I'm interested in yen. I already have it highlighted on my trading view as prepare to watch.
But you know that we're talking from a perspective of where the market is right now. Personally, I have entered EN at 6776. So we've been watching this for a few days already. So just personally, what I think everyone should do is, as we're watching the trade, is, whatever system of confluence you're looking for, if it's, the reversal areas or the indicators, combine that with the actual price action that the market is showing. If you're looking for it on the 1 hour, on the 30 minute, on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute. But just identify what area you're looking for and what you're looking for there. I think with the way the trade is setting itself up, none of us got a crystal ball right now to predict it. And, if we continue combining our confluence, like, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? We can create a better idea, but at the same time, we can create a conflict because now you're looking at something and you may lose sight of what you saw before. So just write down your price areas, write down what you're seeing, and let's move on to the next pair. I want to look at AUD NZD.
AUD NZD.
So AUD NZD is doing the same thing. Which actually, before we look at that, can we look at NZD USD?
NZD? Okay. You know what? That's a pair I have not touched in a long time.
No. We're staying away from her. But I want to see how New Zealand has been behaving, because if we're looking for Euro NZD to go up, we know that Euro has been kind of weak. We know that NZD seems to have been kind of weak the last few, 2-3 weeks. I'm interested to see how, if we're gonna start to see Euro kick in strength. And that's interesting. AUD NZD. Them dudes turned it up on us, bro. NZD's weak. AUD's weak. GBP right now, USD and JPY are the strongest. GBP is the third. Interesting. They just did a woo wop on us.
I think my bias on everything we still got going on, I feel still strong about every particular trade until proven break of structure type of thing. As long as within structure, most of the trades that we have called are still within the plan.
Correct.
So, for example, on this AN trade, as an example, I think most of us have trades on this, if I'm not mistaken.
All we did was a retracement of yesterday's reaction to the news.
If you look to the lower time frame, yeah, she's dropping, but she's retesting a breakout. I mean, this, unless it breaks down below past here, then okay, we'll see. Okay, it's coming now even higher. But you got low, higher low, higher low, and this is on the 4 hour. So it's gonna take its time to develop, pretty much. And this is where the word patience needs to come in and let the trade do what it's going to do. Now, The only thing is that if you bought down here at this level, you're good. If you bought right here, then you're still a little bit good, as an example. But if you bought up here, then you're experiencing some drawdown.
And why is that? Why would you experience drawdown? Because you're buying at what? At resistance.
You're buying at resistance up here, yeah. So remember, buy the pullbacks. Don't buy the pushes. So if you were going in an uptrend, you want to buy the pullback. Wait till it exhausts, and make sure that you're pulling back to a supported area where you see a previous structure broke. And that's all you got to do to enter the trade. I have my position at this orange line, so I'm not even worried of what the hell's going on with AEN right now because of what I'm telling you. And that gives you the confidence on understanding what's happening to you allow the trade to do what it's going to do.
Correct. Another thing I want to add on to that is there's a famous saying a lot of people always say, buy the dips, sell the valleys, you know. You know, at the end of the day, everything we preach, you know, breakout, retest, breakout, retest, retest, breakout, breakout, retest.
Now, if some of you guys haven't seen the way bigger picture for me on this, this is AN on the monthly. Look where price is at. If she breaks below this trend, this is called no man's land, and there's no structure down here if it breaks below this whole entire zone over here, meaning that, you know, if it breaks below there, then we get out, and then we have to wait till new structure starts forming. But, you know, I think everybody is buying down here because it's at the peak. It's at the bottom of the low over here. This is as low as it can get unless it breaks this trend line that is here. And then this is the previous low, and then this is the previous low. But other than that, you got these big wicks down here, which tells you that price rejects immediately once it reaches down here. You with me, guys?
100%, 100%. Yo, right now the market's mad slow. I've been browsing through all the charts.
Everybody's waiting for FOMC, bro. So most likely it will be slow, because of the FOMC does move the market, by the way.
Yo, oil take the shit out of everybody.
Oil.
Look at AU.
AU, yeah, oil. Well, oil's another one that news is about to be released in about 40 minutes, guys. So this could be prepping itself up right now for whatever it's going to do.
Damn.
In 40 minutes, you got oil news.
It's crazy how you feel the vibration, man.
What you said, Louis?
He said AU.
AU, okay.
Yep.
Who,
yep.
me? Trabajando. It's real slow right now. I've been kind of just reading up on what people's perspectives are on this FOMC. I'll be honest with you. Me don't want no part of it.
Well, the market will react to whatever happens on that news. So any USD pair will be affected. So what needs to happen is if you got a USD pair, evaluate where it's at, such as like example this one, and prepare to put a stop loss in a area where you feel comfortable with in the event that it goes against you. That's all.
Yo, guys, who all is on GBP AUD? Who's holding that?
Not me. Good morning.
Doggy.
Let's go.
GBP AUD. Pull that up for me, actually.
Good morning.
Good morning. ¿Qué lo que es, yo, man?
Yo, Pedro, where you been, bro? We missing you here. We missing you, bro.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
By the way, you got like about 30 people in this room right now.
Hey, good morning to everyone that's joining. Digo,
that already joined. I'm the one that's late. So sorry. But no, I had my I had a reading.
No, don't worry, bro. You don't have to. You don't have to.
In my
Don't
son's.
worry, bro. You good. You good. I'm just messing with you.
No, pero como quiera, you know. I got you know, I had stuff to do.
I hear you.
What's going on? How we look? What we look?
Yeah, look at you.
Dale volumen.
What the hell was that?
That's the people clapping.
You know, as the for page, I'm gonna be the new president.
GA, JL, look at GA there for you.
Yes. So we were talking about this earlier. She broke that trend. So we now need to see. We need to see this. But GBP gained some strength, man. So no likey very likey. Not at all. It's gaining some strength we don't want to see, honestly. And what was the extended level you were talking about the other day that we could see GA hit?
The extended level? Well, it's at an extended level now. Yeah, other than that, it's going to go to the next level if it goes. Look. Hold on.
So it looked like it retested that level, no? Would you agree with me there?
Yeah, it could look like it retested that level. So it extended over here. But your boy Roy, he's on sales on this. He posted it this morning, by the way. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, it's still at a retested area right here, which I understand. But what I'm not liking is how GBP gained strength just now.
How many levels?
If you look at
what chart is it? What frame? What time frame is that?
That's the 4 hour.
Not a big fan. But I mean, as we continue to say, I mean, right now it's just a wait and see. You know, crack jokes. Look at breakouts. See what's happening.
Nah, I mean, this is one of that parts where you're biased. You're already, if you're in the trade, you know, you just hold and with your protective stop if you have one in front, or you could place it behind it, or you could be like me and don't have the stop and just watch it as we're doing right now. That's all.
The market's not moving because Jose got on with us. He left? You lost him?
Wait, Jose's on this trade is gonna go the other way.
Nah, yo. He's not on with us. He's not on with us.
Oh, we missed him. All right, Lucho, it's your turn. Now's 100. Your chart is yours.
Talk to me about I want to see the anxiety attack.
What?
Come on, Lucho. It's your turn.
What? It is? I'm not even doing that shit.
Share your screen, bro. I want you to tell me what's going on with NAS 100. What are we seeing? Are you stock trading that you said?
Yoma, you still have buys on that?
Yeah, dog.
Well, I have my trading view on it.
Told you.
No, we back at this zone right here. Back at this level. 4 hour. Yeah, we still here. We still got some support right here. Let's see what it does. It's right now 1 hour, still bouncing on the support. 15, still right at the support. Go even lower. It's coming through support on the 1 minute, but not too much. Still bouncing off of it. Order flow is bearish so far. Very bearish. S&P is bearish as well. A lot of flow coming down. A lot.
Is this something to get excited about or no?
Yes, it's loading up. Look at the
Yeah, bears are coming in. There's a big candle on the 15-minute. It just did a massive drop.
Look at the footprint. Look at the levels on the footprint where they moved. They open. They had the trap sellers. They moved away from them. These guys probably puked out, so the market started coming back to the entry, went through them, and now we probably got some trap buyers that were probably in this area. How many orders are up there? Not much. So right here you got a little bit. Not really. That's not really a trap. Right here a little bit right here. Not much. A little bit. Right here you got a pretty good amount. That's why it's moving down. They got a couple of traps, but they still hitting into it too. But the buyers are trying to hold it up right here. Look, pretty even. Right here is gonna be a key though. 182 to 29. See if they could if the sellers come more at this level at 79.75 and the buyers don't respond at 79.75, we're gonna keep.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
You see that they're really getting overwhelmed. We got here at 80.25. We had a 536, but look how hard they're overwhelming them.
It's over for them.
You see the buyers, they couldn't respond. They got like 3 times more the volume.
That's crazy.
Very
bro.
When you're looking at it like this.
Bro, look at that zone, bro. Wow. Jomar, close Nas.
This is S&P. This is S&P.
I know, but they're both moving the same, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll show you Nas. Nas is scary.
Bro, I'm too far away, bro, from that price right now.
This is my 1 minute Nas. But the zones are lit. This is last night. Right now they're at the lows overnight, the overnight lows on the Nas, but the order flow is kicking ass on the sell side.
Bro, look at that. That's the zone I drew yesterday. Look at that. On Telegram. Let me place it on Discord too for the people who are on here with us. This is what we predicted it to hit yesterday. Clean Morasoka.
At night you can see it much better because the order flow is fucking is very, very slow. But when I make these areas here, because the thing is wicks with Nasdaq, you wanna look for wicks and your levels. So we made the first level here. Man, when we came back to it, you see the order flow start to change, and then it gradually changes even more to the sell side. And then here you see the order flow change to the buy side. Here you see it change again. You can see it. The trade was right here when the wicks came in again, but it was a higher this is a higher low, no?
Mm-hmm. Why'd you highlight that? What did you see there?
The wicks. The wicks on a higher low inside this channel, the probability and the order flow confirmation is that you should get bullish. And look, it ripped for 97, no more, 97 all the way up to 145. You got like close to 50 points overnight. That's big. And that's why they stayed up there all night in this channel. Super boring. Slowly came to it again. You got the wicks again right here. That's an entry long.
Bro, look at this shit right here. Hold on. Look. Woo! man, oh man, oh man, Big Mama. A vender, coño. That's where the camión passes by and says, "Vendo yuca, vendo plátano."
Look, so far through the open, we ripped through all the overnight levels. This is like the last one, I think. Yeah. Oh, it's
90.55 is the retracement. That's where we smacking it.
This is the 1 hour time frame on this.
Oh my God, they are setting themselves up for FOMC. That means we're gonna see some bullish news.
You want to see?
Bro, can you actually? Damn, yo.
Hold on, we get the.
Can you? Is this the ladder for NQ?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Nice.
here you have
Yo, Dean, yes, AUD is forming a double bottom. I'm actually just watching it now. I'm about to hit it with a position soon. I like how that last 5-minute candle just closed.
high volume node here at 66, which is probably one of the stops. On the composite again, we're 66 here, another high volume node here. So we got a high volume node here at 74. This is we're at yesterday's point of control, which is interesting that we're through it. Low volume yesterday through this area. You can see it here as well. So 60 might be a very good target. We actually might
6-0.
Yeah, 3260 for the S&P.
Hemi, where you at, bro?
Oh,
You still holding NASDAQ?
nah. Nah, I'll bank her.
You didn't trust it?
Nah. Oh, so on that move down, it pulled back to the 61.8, which was that 91.40 area. And then it just consolidated there and then just dropped at the open. So I was like, I'll just take the money.
That shit smacked the crap out of the zone and just tanked. That is the craziest thing I've seen.
Through the zone.
But if you look at recent price action, go on the 4-hour real quick.
Dollar dropping. Back to a zone though right here.
I mean, if you look at the 4-hour, you see that doji right before it went up, then went down.
Yep.
That's exactly the price point. If you look at the low of that doji, that is like the average resistance. Yo.
Yeah, that's a full, yeah.
They got everybody excited on that move.
4 wicks right on that line right there.
Yeah, man. Beautiful price action. That thing gets me excited. Yo, I am liking USD JPY buy. It sells. It is showing the price action we were waiting for. Conrad, great job on the GJ buy sells. They're starting to line up really well. I'm still waiting to see a bearish takeover on the 1-hour chart, but we're looking good to go. Almost ready to give the call out. AUD USD, I smacked that with another entry. If you're looking to enter AUD USD, you're probably at your best price region for a buy, guys. Let me know in the chat what trades you guys got open, what you guys looking at.
The dollar melting.
Yeah. Shit.
Get through here is gonna be fucking crazy.
Yo, Hemi.
Yo.
And Steven, didn't we just talk about this morning before everybody got on?
Dixie. I think, yeah, someone mentioned the Dixie, I heard.
We were looking at the Dixie. I had the Dixie because Steven had actually looked at it. And we saw price action where it was, and I said this could potentially fall from here.
Bro, look at UJ, bro. Wow.
She dropped.
Oil's tanking as well.
Yeah, but
Gold is shooting up or what? What's gold doing? What's gold doing?
Yep. If gold is that one is, let's do it.
Gold is shooting up. Gold just broke that resistance.
Yep.
It broke a resistance.
But what you guys are saying? Trend breakout, retest, enter. So you got a long way to wait.
Trend?
Trend?
No, it's deposit, place trade, blow account, deposit. Yo, shit, man, we fucking should have hit that one. Did you catch that, Jomar? The gold?
No gold, no. That I didn't take. I didn't take gold.
Damn,
We should have
man,
taken it last night when you called it. That's when we should have taken it.
I know, man. I should have gave it to you guys. I was hesitant on giving it, but it was a beautiful call.
Look, if you look at gold, it jumped right off of that support and the trend line that was there.
Bro, gold hit TP for sales and just shot up. Look at this.
I just got out with $109 because I'm afraid of the news.
On gold?
Yeah.
Yo, Emilio, you making my day, man. You're making my day. My guy said, yeah, about, $100 like nothing. Tú si quieres, buscate un fondo.
Emilio, make a nice withdrawal for the first time so you can know how it feels.
For real. Take it that stacky.
I don't even know how to do it.
That's what I'm saying. I got to show you how to do the withdrawal.
You're going to be sipping XO this weekend. Hennessy XO. Yo, Hemi, if Elio said he makes another 1,000, he's buying you a flight over here. So we can go kayaking in Tampa. Yo, look at this. That is the most beautiful trade we should have taken. Look at that, Jomar.
Which one?
Gold.
We called gold sells to that price, and it bounced literally on it. Hemi, last night when you were having lunch, I was telling the guys we should be looking to short UJ and buying gold around where it was. I was just waiting for that confirmation.
Oh.
And bro, look, this is where it was at last night, this wick. It came back one more time, filled the wick, and
see ya.
You're getting too good at this, bro.
No, you guys are getting too good. You're just giving me high confidence and excitement.
Oh, you taught us, bro. You taught us, man. We're only telling you what you told me.
One of the things I do want you guys to keep an eye out for GU as well. We were talking about GU. This is the second time she's attempted to break the 130 price range, and it seems like she's struggling. So look at the 15-minute real quick. She is having some trouble. So just keep an eye out because we can see a fake extended move, probably 60, 65 pip move to the red box again, retest, and then drop. Things that I want to see it break into this trend. So as Jomar mentioned earlier, we are in no man's land. Good old UCAD. Oh, she's retesting the break.
Yeah, I think what's going on is these they're getting ready for that news, bro.
Yeah, they're pricing themselves in. Oh, of course. They definitely pricing themselves in.
I think we're gonna see NASDAQ get up to 9,200.
Yeah. 90.55. I'm liking for a retest. Look, Jomar, this is what I was telling you. We predicted this yesterday. Look how it hit it and said, "Oh shoot, my mom called me."
That's what it said.
No, you know, like when a kid is going to go do something, and then he turns around real quick because his mom was calling him. Or he realized that the light started turning on, so he got to go home. And then he'll wake up and go right back into it. I don't think this is the price area, honestly. I think this is the price area we're going to see. Retest. 955. 955.
Order flow could tell you what's going on.
Yeah, can we get a little bit of order flow, please?
What do you want to see?
I need to see a NASDAQ 100.
You want to see the NAS?
Yeah, can you highlight those two zones, though? The 943 to 955.
Consolidating in that zone now.
Mm, 943.
To 955. Yeah, there's a lot of buying orders, but
955?
yeah.
Well, we're far from that, buddy.
Yo, everybody got out of Yucca, right?
UCAD looks like it's retested, man.
Yeah, I know, but everybody got out. I hope.
I was never in it, so I'm looking to probably enter now when it comes back up.
Let's look for those signs. Them signs.
We can definitely look for that.
Coming down.
Damn, Nate.
Got support here.
On our end for TradingView, it's at 972. So we're about 8 ticks away. 8 ticks difference.
8 points. Those are points.
Points, yes.
This is a tick. A tick is 82.75 to 82.50. That's a tick. A point is a point. 83 even to 82 even is a point. Buyers stepping up big. See how far.
Yo, GBP AUD. I'm gonna be entering another position.
Wepa. I love that one.
Oh, she rejected, or she's rejecting that zone. Woo! Okay, this is another example of I had my stops right in front of it. I removed them just to watch because I saw it coming up, creeping up. Boy, and she just left the bead.
Damn, look how they hit that, bro. Wow.
They left the bead.
You saw that? You saw that big order?
Yeah, but we came out the zone though.
That's what I'm saying. They actually placed a big buy order at the bottom, pulled it on the fake out of the zone, the last fake out. Right here. Now, everybody's probably like, yo, what the fuck these guys talking about? But overall, on this last fake out, they put a big buy order. He got them to go all the way there, and he took them all out. And look. So for everyone who's wondering what we're looking at here, these are the numbers of all the roosters that are losing compared to the chickens. And let's see what you guys. Now, all jokes aside, what this is these are actual market execution orders right here. So based on each price on the NASDAQ 100, the actual amount of contracts being entered in the market, which is what creates these candles, right? If there's more buyers or sellers, we'll see either a bigger bullish candle or a bigger bearish candle. Now, one of the things that I like to do is use this information that Lucho has access to and identify who's in control based off the orders. So if there's more bearish orders, or sellers, then at a important price area, let's say a demand zone, then we can see how they're bringing price down. But if we see more buy orders on a good demand zone, then we can see how they're bringing price up. So in the end, in conjunction to what you guys have learned with how price action works and all this is just a deeper outlook into how price action is formed. So for instance, when we talk about a buyer to control or a seller to control, this is exactly what we're talking about. So again, market execution orders is like when you place a trade and you click automatic buy now, sell now. That's a market execution order. To the left and right over here, these are limit orders. So people placing buy limits and sell limits.
And they're also reloading them or pulling them away when it says negative. There's negative whatever, or like 26 just reloaded there. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to see on the NASDAQ, but you can get a better read. It's slower on the S&P right there. 100 added. There's more adding, and you can see them totaling. This is the total buy contracts right now. Look, they're adding more. They're adding. They're pulling away right now because they pull away because they're scared that the price is going to keep moving up. These are steps in the volume profile. So right here, we have a step right here that they're probably going to start getting into the 76s and 77s because it helps them hide their bigger orders. Because if you put too many big orders, they're going to see who you are and what you're trying to do. So they can't just put 5,000 or 1,000. They have to break it down. That's what real traders do in the city. That's their job.
Yeah, man.
You could just take this away and just keep adding this in your head. But look, right here is low volume through here.
Imagine using money to fuck someone over just to feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Watch the show Billions, guys. You'll see how it works. Yo, USD CAD rejecting, brothers. Rejecting. And sister.
JL, what did you put GA as a buy?
No, a sell.
Oh,
sell, man.
okay.
GJ, man.
Oh, take the screen.
GJ or GA?
GA, sir.
You said something about GA before.
GJ. Is what I was referring to. She has rejected and is going downtown. AUD USD, did anyone take that trade?
Yep, I did.
No, I didn't.
It's currently running in profit. If you hit that trade at the bottom, lighting up. We should start seeing this move to the upside. USD CAD is looking good. Doji at that resistance. I want to see a nice confirmation candle here, and we will be smacking. Land of the smacks.
What time frame are you looking at? 15?
15, sir. Man, I had a entry on GJ, and I by mistake closed that, thinking I was doing something else. All good. How's everyone feeling? Any questions? Let's run down through the list. Louis, how you feeling, brother?
Pretty good.
Any questions we can answer for you? Anything?
Nope. Why are we looking at Spotify right now?
You guys see Spotify?
Yep.
No wonder. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Christian, how you feeling, bro? Talk to me.
Good.
Any questions we can answer for you?
Nah, bro, I'm straight.
Awesome. Jacqueline, how you feeling?
I'm good.
Is there any confusions or questions I may be able to answer for you?
No, not right now. I'm just watching. I'm looking at GA. I know she was going down, but I thought overall she might be going back up. So I was just wondering.
GBP AUD.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, my chart got deleted.
It looks like a break of structure.
I see what you're saying.
So I think she's retracing right now and to go back to the upside. So I was just a little confused.
It's a good observation. I didn't see that.
Well, thank you.
Well, overall, outside of the break of structure, one of the things we were looking at was the potential of this retest here. As you can see, she kind of faked out. Overall, it is showing signs that it may continue going up.
It's just one of those wait and see. I guess I guess we were just maybe looking at it two different ways. That's why I was like, well, maybe if I can.
No. I mean, there is signs of it coming up. I do see that. I don't want to say yes or no right now because outside of just, because she can come and retest, let's say this is the last touch of the trend, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, she hasn't cleanly retested it. She just kind of broke out and retested here. So she can stay above here and dance, but then never break above and continue going up. I would want to see either a clean retest and signs of it confirming that, or see what else is playing out here. One of the things that is stopping me is just the overall rejection of this price area here, which had a lot of traffic before going down. So I would suggest just kind of keep an eye on it. But if you do see your confirmation, don't hesitate to take it, even though I'm selling it,
Oh yeah, no. I'm not gonna take it because I want to just wait and see what she does. Like in this situation, I use the fib, right? And if one thing that has worked true and true for me, if she breaks above the 50, then she's gonna go back up.
What are you measuring? This move right here?
From the bottom, yeah. The other bottom. Yeah, right there. Mm-hmm. And did I use that one? Let me see where she... Yeah.
I would measure it like this. So that you know what percentage you're going up with. Because if it goes all the way up to here, that's 100% retracement.
Yeah.
But share your screen. Show us. Why don't you show us?
Okay.
Inventory news in 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay. So, let me take...
Jomar, I think it's a good opportunity to re-enter AUD and ZD, honestly.
Man, boy, I'm hesitating. I got the $5 finger on the $5 lot almost.
Okay. JL, this is what I did. So we got, obviously we could see the trend without creating the line.
I see what you did there.
It retested. The first time it retested, you see it stopped at the 50 and it went back up. I'm waiting for her to retest to see where she's coming down. My prediction, she'll stop at the 38 and then head back on up. If she breaks below this 50, I know she's going to go down. It just works. No,
Gotcha.
it just does. So I'll just have to wait and see where she's going to retrace to before I would take that entry.
No problem. I got you back on that one.
Okay. All right, sir.
Good observation. I like the idea of looking at the break of structure too.
Yes, because she clear broke it and she retested back on the structure where she broke out of. So I'm thinking, all right, oh, maybe you want to go up. Let's see. It tells me like I have a clear to up here as well. If you did a trend up here as well. What are you looking at? When you use these marks? What are you looking for?
No, I was looking at the price areas that she's bouncing off of over here, and how the market reacted to that here.
Yes, and then sorry, go ahead, Jill.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say overall. I mean, I agree with you. I agree overall with what you're showing me. There's nothing. We were looking from a long-term spectrum of it going down, but obviously a macro outlook can involve retracements, you know?
That's true.
So I'm not disagreeing with you at all. 0% in me is disagreeing with you.
No. It's never disagree right or wrong. You know this market. She has a mind of her own. I'm just following.
No, of course. What I mean is, when I say I don't disagree, I'm saying like there's nothing I'm not seeing or that I'm seeing that you're not pointing out to me.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay. And then for like confirmation, sometimes I'll go to the lines and see where price got rejected. I do the same thing you do. So I'll see like, okay, price got rejected right here. Hold on. I'll just use this for now. Like right here. And it's an area of a pullback too. Like this one came down, this came up, and it flew right down. But she broke past this area and she was able to come right back up. So this is another area like right around here that I was watching, this zone, I should say. So that's why I'm thinking she may come back. If I can get her to come back and break that zone and come down to 38, I was like, all right, good. Then I think that she'll take it back up. So we'll see. See what she wants to play
good
with.
observation. I like the observation a lot.
All right, I'll stop sharing. Thanks, JL. See,
that was good. I concur.
Oh, thank you. You see how she wicked down almost to the 38? She's almost touching it. Like she's playing with us right now, playing with our emotions.
That's why we gotta wait for it to come to mama.
Yes, that's right. Come to mama.
You want to watch oil to see what it does over now? You got 2 minutes left to that nose.
Put it up.
Yo, share your screen because you have it marked.
Bro, I'm fucking up.
Damn, bro, that shit. We got
well, the oil
40 seconds
they're
left.
gonna come out that there's more barrels. It's gonna drive the price lower.
Is somebody getting in?
No, we're just observing it.
Yeah, you gotta wait for after.
You can't jump in that now. Yeah,
Let the smoke clear. Louis, you know what trading news is like?
He hasn't seen that yet.
No, not really.
Death.
Look, that's trading news right there. Look at that. Look how she just dropped.
Told you.
And now it's gonna turn.
Yeah, they're gonna start buying it up. It's cheap oil, but it's gonna go down. 50 is a big number for this oil market right here.
USD cash shot up, boy. man. I want to see what they're gonna do with this freaking FOMC. I'm curious.
What's up, Jose? I think it's going to be good for the dollar.
What about gold?
Bueno.
Nah, the FOMC, that's the Fed chair, right, talking they're not gonna do nothing. They're gonna talk about like they're just gonna keep things the same and the market's gonna rip higher.
Yeah,
they
I
said
started some. I did mention that. I did hear something like that. I was reading up on it.
They can't do anything. They can't lower rates. They can't bring rates up. They can't do shit right now.
They said growth is
Oil's found
expected at
support at the
2.2%.
61.8.
Mm-hmm.
Growth is expected at 2.2, and they're saying the virus at China is going to cure the U.S. dollar.
5302.
Mm-hmm.
Jom, are you still holding?
Yo, bro. Yes, sir. I liking that wick.
Yeah, buddy.
I got the prices I got a real good entry. So I'm still like 50, 70, 52 pips in profit still.
All right, zoom out. Put your fib on the chart, and it's dancing on the 61.8s. Might be go time.
Slap that with that $5 lot, Joe Ma.
You don't want to see that shit.
Let's go.
But look where she's reacting. Look left. Look at the price action left, where she's reacting, where she's bouncing right now. Price is reacting in this zone right here.
Mm-hmm. Draw the fib level from there to there.
From where? From here or from where?
Mm-hmm.
61.18. You were right. That's exactly where it's jumping from.
Give me the round of applause for my man, Hemi.
Hemi!
Corona chugger. Days like today are like the good day to turn on the PlayStation and just.
Oh, what? Yesterday the markets were moving, boy.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing them move later on. I think a good trading session today will be Asia.
Fellas. So tonight, tomorrow is GBP news at 7 a.m. Look at all these folders red. Be careful with GBP tomorrow. Look at it right here.
It's a nice to meet you.
GBP is tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. We got to look out for these 4 red folders. So you got the monetary policy report, the official bank rate votes, monetary policy summary, and an official bank rate. So it's going to be volatile.
It's like a friend of mine once told me, when you have very good entries, none of these fucking news matter.
Yeah, I agree. I concur.
So nothing big with oil, guys?
Nothing really big moving with oil. I mean, it did this little move from here to there, but most likely what you could probably see is whoever was selling here before the news, kind of was gonna let it go, and then they can rebuy down here, like all the way to the bottom. Let's see from a higher perspective time frame. What does that look like right there? Look at the 4 hour.
Retest.
On the daily. Look at the daily.
The hot dog.
So the 4 hour looks like a retest. Breakout and retesting to continue. 1 hour. Boom. But actually, from the 1 hour perspective, you had multiple retests in that zone. But then again, that's a zone right there. From the 4 hour perspective, you can see real there what's going on.
So we could put another 3 cents entry here for the upside.
Yeah, if you like to, or wait for this candle to close. I mean, you would want to maybe wait how this. Let me see the 15-minute how it's looking. You got on the 15-minute, you got rejection. So let's look at the 5-minute. Look at the 5-minute right here. Or unless you guys want to really magnifying glass right here. Look, there you go. 1 minute. So now we just have an engulfing green candle. And might go up from here. So we would need to break out of this gray shaded area out of here, which is this retest zone.
Give me 1 second, guys. Gonna use the restroom.
We could break out right here. Boom. I mean, yeah, this would be, if you're buying, this would be the best place to buy right now. It's the best place. And obviously keeping in mind your risk tolerance and your stop loss tolerance. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying we got about like 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. You want to extend it a little more? You want to call it at 11?
I just want to keep it to a schedule because that way we can focus on other stuff we have going on.
All right, no problem. Just heads up to everyone.
We could leave it on, but I can go on to doing other things I need to do. You with me?
You with me or without me?
Oh. I mean, I haven't taken any new trades. The only new trade I took overall, if you guys watch some of my screenshots, I only posted current positions running from yesterday, I think, and all those trades are still running. None have been closed as of yet. I added some new positions. I entered AUUSD on this retest. So from my perspective, me personally, all my trades are still running. Hold on, let me look at AUUSD. We're still in this area down here. Let's put the 4 hour. So we did get pulled back into this here in this area again here. I'm in a very small drawdown, but still holding in this price zone. So I still I'm holding the trade unless I see a break of structure. So I'm going to continue to hold this new trade that I entered. Then I mentioned one particular pair that I've always liked to trade. Anybody ever traded exotics in this room? Exotics? Anybody like exotics? You know what an exotic is?
Yeah.
An exotic is like trading USD ZAR, USD Mexican. Have you ever traded any of these?
Yeah, I've traded this pair before.
Oh, I love this one right here. This thing pays, bro. This thing moves.
He moves all right.
Yeah, look, watch this. From here to here, 2,700 pips. You see that? This is like trading an index, by the way. So same thing, almost, because this thing moves a lot. So you gotta treat it carefully. Any index moves with this high volume of pips. So I had mentioned I was gonna kind of just show. So I basically took a buy over here on this USD Mexican. So this is the dollar versus the Mexican peso.
Did anyone get those buys on oil?
Oil? I'm in. I mean, I didn't retest it. I didn't slap it again, but when you were just saying it, she's just moved like about 30 pips to the upside from when you mentioned it. Let me see, watch list.
Yeah, that's a nice 1 hour candle so far.
So look, oil in the few seconds we were just talking some trash there. She's rejecting that zone there. Let's go to the 15-minute. Look at that. This left a nice wick here, or wait till this candlestick close. Got 3 minutes to this candlestick to close on the 15-minute. I mean, if you go down to the 5-minute, you got this going on, which is the reason why you got that wick on the 15-minute. So price is holding in this area here. They already created some sort of level of range here. So right now from the 5-minute, we're ranging in the zone right now. We are ranging. NAS 100 is coming up. If anybody took that, I held my buys on that, and she's slightly coming up slowly.
I chickened out.
Remember, guys, this is a waiting game. If you take a good entry, I mean, you shouldn't worry. The worst that can happen if you got your stop loss in front of your entry is you wasted your time. But as long as you don't lose money, which is the most important part, and protecting your entries. But when you catch that one good one, woo, boy. You see, CAD got strong. CAD got strong. Let's see what happened here. CAD is weak. CAD, oh, NZD is weak too. Got it. AU, okay. JPY is the strongest. Yeah, market is moving slowly, I would say, right now. And we're heading into the lunch hour zone, so it's gonna even move slower soon now. And any moves that happened most likely will tend to retrace in the lunch time period for the bank traders. And then when they come off of lunch, you can see trading resume as you see a little bit more volatility right after lunch. I think pretty much that's it for today from what we got. We really didn't get much. I mean, the only thing is that if you took any trades that you're still holding, if you have any trades that you're holding, you should be in profit with some of the ones we've discussed. At least the ones I'm holding, all my trades are still in profit for the most part, most of them. And I'm just holding and protecting my entries on most of them. And that's pretty much it. I can share you my screen on my MT4. This is one of them. I got CAD JPY up here in the upper corner left, running smoothly. My entries all the way up here. Price came back to this area here, retested from here, and is dropping down. NZD CAD, which is one I'm watching right here because of this zone right here. Hold on. Tools. Insert. I got to watch out NZD CAD over here because I got an entry, a sell there right there, and price is coming really close to it. Oil, as you can see over here to the top right, my entry is down here. And price is rejecting in the zone. As long as price can hold over here, we're good, or at least I'm good. Or if anybody else has that trade, or if you re-entered it when we were discussing in this particular zone at that tip at the bottom, you should have already been in profit if you entered there. GBP JPY, bottom left down here. I have an entry right here about the 143 area. As you can see, I'm way far from there. So, and JPY strong, so she continues to go down. I'm gonna hold on that. NAS 100 in the middle here. on the bottom center. This is the 15-minute. Let's put the 4-hour, like the 4-hour better. My entry is down here. She kind of pulled back here, sitting on my EMAs, and the EMAs just finishly crossed over actually right now, you know. So as you can see, the crossover of the EMAs, the 8, the 21, and the 14 gives me a good indication of a good supported area here where price is rejecting here. Only one trade that right now is a little bit sour is AUD NZD to the bottom right. I have 2 entries, one at the bottom, one at the top, but price is holding in here in this area as we saw in the trading view example. You know, AUD NZD is all the way at the bottom. So I'm not even like worried about it, of it ranging in this area. So I'm gonna just let it do its thing pretty much for the most part. It's pretty much it.
You should take a blank pair and show everybody how you work it up in the last few minutes that you're gonna be here.
Okay. All right, let's do that. Blank pairs. Let's do NZD USD, since I haven't done that.
Check, do a head count, see who's paying attention, who's not, see if you're just wasting your time.
All right, we got, I mean, did everybody
Hold
listen
on.
to what, yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying.
I agree. I'm here.
Everybody listening to what he said, he wants me to break down one chart that is cleanly blank. We can erase everything, and let's start from the beginning. So you guys can try to, when you're plotting your charts, see what I'm looking for. So from the most part, I always, I'll look at the monthly, and I like to look at the overall picture, but I sometimes just pay attention to the current price action zone. Sometimes price so far out, you want to stay within range of where price action is currently now. Because when you go down to the lower time frames, a small one candle could potentially mean a 200 pip move. So we don't have to look all the way down here, unless you're trying to see a trend. For example, like this, you want to see a trend going on. Price is rejected at that zone, as you can clearly see. On a monthly perspective, 3 touches right there that would confirm a trend. We may want to see a retest possibly. So as you can see right there, that's one thing to observe right there on the monthly perspective. Then the next thing, what do you see? Okay, we have some support right here as price is reacting multiple times here from a monthly perspective. You have reaction here, jumped off, reacted here, broke through, broke back up, and price is inside that area right there. So that's just from a monthly perspective. But now we're going to go down and go to the weekly, see what do we see. All right, the weekly, pretty much essentially the same thing, but you could probably fine tune better these spotted areas. You could probably adjust these areas of what you're trying to see and picture what is overall perspective. So right here, we also see a downtrend from this perspective over here on the weekly. So right here, this line down here, this trend from the bottom is from the monthly, but then I also have this downtrend trend movement from the weekly. Now, what would we want to see? From a weekly perspective, price has been in a downward trend. What we could potentially see to take a good entry here is you would either short right here at this trend line, or you wait to price to reach down here, or if it's in here, I mean, I would want to wait for it to break out of this trend and retest to take a long in order for me to feel comfortable, because obviously you can see it's respecting that downward trend from a weekly perspective. And what I would like to see is then maybe if I'm going to take a long, I would want to maybe wait until price reaches this area zone here, or at least down here, which it would make sense with this peak over here. And at the same time, make sense with basically price reaching in this area here. And then take a buy opportunity from here, which will give me a more of a confidence trade, because I'm going to buy at the bottom, sell at the top if I'm selling. But price is right now in between from a weekly perspective, okay? So now let's look from a daily perspective. Well, as you can see, the daily, you know, we're trending downwards. So if I wanted to hop on this trade, who can tell me the right answer of what I need to wait for then to hop on this trade to continuation to the downside?
Breakout.
We got a breakout. We have a breakout, but now we want to see the pullback and retest the zone and then take the high down here for the sell. And your stop loss is right above. So if you get taken out, you are trading how a professional trader would trade it, in the sense that from a technical analysis perspective is you're going to take the pullback, your stop is right above it, and if the stop stops you out, don't take it as a bad thing. You know, you did what you how every technical trader trades, you know. So, but there is a high probability that this is the thing about it. The high probability that on the pullback of the retest is giving you a confirmation that, hey, I'm coming to see how solid this resistance level is. And once you see the rejection in the zone, you know, you can kind of take the short from here. Now go to the 4 hour. Now from a 4 hour perspective, you see how I took you from the monthly to the weekly to the daily and now the 4 hour? Reason why I take my trades from the 4 hour, because look at this. Now I just have to wait. If I want to get into this short position, I just want to wait for a pullback into the zone right here for a sell, as an example. And I'm just waiting for a pullback. It may never happen. Another zone that you could pay attention to now from the 4 hour perspective is this one. You see already pull back here, and it continued. You did it twice already down here. So it could possibly never come back up here. So maybe this is the level to pay attention to. And then you pull back here and you wait for your entry and you put your stop right above it. Make sense? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
So, you know, and when you're not sure of what you're looking at, just go back, go to the weekly, go to the daily, and break it down from there. Now, this is from a swing trader perspective, because you're going long term, and understand that if you take a trade now, expect that result to be, you know, it's a long-term effect where you're going to wait it for about more than a week. I've sitting on trades waiting for more than a week. So if you guys saw the results I posted for UJ from this weekend that I closed on Sunday, on the gap that I closed down, I sat on that UJ trade for 3 weeks. Okay, but because it was consolidating for literally about a week and a half or something at the zone that it was. So, you know, if you have to account for that, each of these candlesticks, when you're counting this from the 4 hour, remember that's 4 hours. This is 4 hours, 4 hours. 4 of these candlesticks is 16 hours, as an example. And a full day of candlesticks will be, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see over here. Pretty much 6 candlesticks is 1 day. So this move from here to here took 1 day. So if you got to be patient with this stuff, or plot all your charts and look for good setups. That's the reason why we go through all the particular pairs, because from a swing trader perspective, you're not going to find a setup every day. From an intraday perspective, you could probably find trades, but like I've said before here, I'm not fond of scalping or intraday. I like more the long-term effect, because it's much more powerful in from a higher time frame perspective, and you can see what's going on, and it works for me. At least it works for me. So why change something that is working is my point. So so that's how I go about my charts, and then when I do that, you know, I'll evaluate my analysis along with JL, and he gives me a few pointers here and there. Another thing that I also do is one more thing I forgot to do is also measure your fib levels. So once you do all this breakdown analysis, as an example, okay, where is price from here to here? Where is price from here to there, as an example? And one of the methods I've been using is, if you look at my Fibonacci, I'm going to just point it so you guys can see it. I've been using this additional, what I learned to know now is called an extension level. There's minus 27.2, minus 61.8, and the plus 127.2 and the plus 161.8. Whenever you're measuring a leg of an extension and you see price in that area, there is a high probability price will reverse from that zone. So I'll show you. Okay, if I want to measure from here to here, this leg, I got to measure this one, the previous leg. So what does that mean? I want to know this whole extension, where did price react? Look, I'm going to put my extension from the low to the high. And where's price? If anybody could tell me. Where did price react?
161.
Yes. In between that extended, what we should call an extended move. Right here, down here, between the 127 and the 618, an extended move. If you see price from a previous leg extending to that way, and it's doing it on a trend line when you spot it, and it's doing it on a support, it's a high probability trade. And when I mean high probability, because there's no guarantee, you just are diminishing your drawdown on the probable. Yeah, give me a few. No, I'm almost done. All right, give me a few more minutes. These are all confluence. So confluence here is this shaded area. You got the trend going on, and when you put on your Fibonacci that the leg is extended, okay, the leg is extended. This is an area to pay attention. Now, one more thing is to also look at that I've been using along with all the things I just showed you and the one more thing is, what pattern do I see? Can I recognize a pattern? And just to show you, I'm gonna have to do with Jael probably a video on that. We've been noticing because of some new information we learned is, as you can clearly see, this is a bearish W. Look at it right here. That's one leg. This is another leg. This is another leg. And this is another leg. So also understand those things, like, okay, what pattern am I seeing? You're gonna mostly always see M's and W's, and pretty much after the completion of any W, price drops. At the completion of any M, price rises. So I'm gonna give you an example. Look at M right here. Look at this M. Look at right here. One extension, two extension, three, and then after the completion of an M, what did price do? Shot up. If I put the Fibonacci, look, what I mean, I haven't even broken this one down. If I put the Fibonacci on this leg right here and I measure the Fibonacci from the low to the high, this right here is, I'm pretty sure it's in between the 127 and the 618. Anybody want to check it out? Here it is. Check it out. The low to the high, where is price?
The extension.
Huh?
At the extension.
At the extension. So this is a little something that has kind of given us a twist to me and Jael this upcoming year in trading, because we've been applying this, and for whatever is behind those numbers, it kind of works in terms of trading Forex, because at that typical level, from a higher time frame perspective, price tends to react at that level from a previous leg for whatever reason, and it's a high probability that it's going to reverse from that particular price point in between that zone there. So what do you do once you spot this and you want to observe price and you keep observing and following it? You could probably be 2 or 3 weeks just trying to get into that sniper entry, but you have to understand that the trade is going to develop within time, because keep in mind, this is a weekly time frame, and if you're trying to trade in here, you can't just jump in the trade immediately. You already have done this analysis. Now you wait until you get your confirmations from the typical basic standard stuff that Jael has taught you to trade with, which is looking for paddle, the confirmations in terms of the candlesticks formations and what is it forming, looking for engulfings, looking for the bottom of these trends. And from a 4-hour perspective, if you're down here as an example, you'll see that price is reacting in the zone. And once you have all that I just told you, plus applying the Fibonacci, how I just explained it to you, plus identifying what pattern you're seeing, identifying the trend overall, you're going to have a high probability trade, and you're going to eliminate your drawdown and eliminate a very high percentage of your losing trades. So this is, from everything I just explained, is the reason why I prefer swing trading. Any questions?
That was pretty good for one of the first runs of you doing that. I mean, I don't think you've really done that in the room, right?
No, bro, for the last freaking 6-7 weeks, bro, I've been studying my ass off and just like practicing the same. What I just explained to you guys right now, I've been practicing over and over and over and over. So the trades that I've called recently, the USD CAD trade and the CAD JPY trade and every other trade that I've been like calling out that has been going my way, has been using this exact same process I just showed you. Nothing different. I'm not teaching you guys anything different that I'm not doing. What I'm doing is what I'm showing you to get the results I've been getting lately.
Time to let time test it.
Yeah, no. We shall see.
Thank you.
If you guys have any questions, this is being recorded. I'm gonna upload this to the Discord, so you guys can probably watch this part of how I broke that down. But you guys won't probably be. This won't be the first time you guys see me doing this, because in any Zoom that we do this, I will be doing most of these breakdowns just the same way I just saw it. So that way, when I'm taking the trade, I build a confidence in the trade that I like what I see.
Yep.
Okay.
What it's about.
Yomar.
Yeah.
I want to stress what we've been trying to get in. Hopefully, these guys getting the ball. We really need to try to, so everyone that they have a pair, to keep an eye on them for everyone, because there's people that are at work and can be looking at the computer all the time. And if you have a thing running and there's a zone that is giving trouble and the thing is retracing, the other one is not going to see it until it's too late. So if we can, please, guys, let's do this together. Let's really work together so we could smash this freaking market. We could just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. So what he's saying, guys,
together.
for everybody that's in this in the Zoom call, is basically, consistently practice your charts, consistently post and update the pairs that you're responsible for, that we decided as a group that we were going to do. So that way, on a daily basis, whoever's not watching that particular currency can have an observation and take an opportunity. The same way they have the opportunity to watch your trade, you're going to have an opportunity to watch everybody else's trade, and you don't have to go crazy on watching 10, 15, 20 pairs. Master one, and then the skill set will start to improve, so you can do that on every pair. But if you master one, then it makes it much easier to spot all these things, because what makes it easy is being able to see that exact same structure that I just explained to you guys happening in the live. Like when you see that you broke down a chart and you were expecting price to bounce off a particular price point, but you in advance already had spotted it and you wanted to wait, and it happens, how you predicted it would happen, that's going to give you a high confidence on the structure of the process you're trying to apply on these charts. And repetitiously doing that over and over, your trigger on your finger becomes happy and you start pulling the trigger much faster.
Evelio, the only thing I see with what you're saying is that most people are working too, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for people that are not like in front of a screen, all day. So that's kind of why you don't see like the the continuous flow of information coming at you because people are working.
I know. Yeah, we could understand that. I could understand, for
It's a
people
little
that are
bit
trying.
difficult.
Basically, for the people that are like, I have that privilege because I took it upon myself, and the guys that are close to me, which is some of you guys in this room, and I don't have to go over that story. I took it upon myself to take this seriously, so I gave up what I was doing to just do this. There's nothing else that I want to do but this. So I was currently working, but I gave all that up just to learn this. So I'm so far 1 year into it now. And, I'm right now kind of happy in the route 2020 is starting so far.
Yomar, hablando de eso, de keeping an eye, look at the Euro NCD and the 4 hour, or you can look at anywhere. It's dropping fast.
I mean, from the 15-minute perspective, maybe, but from the 4 hours still at the high. You see the 4 hour?
Mm-hmm.
From the 4 hour perspective, on this range here, it's still like a peer price. I mean, it broke up in here, rejected, retrace, but what I would recommend you to do, Aurelio, is the following, because your price is where this dotted line is, because I placed it there from last night. Have your stop loss in front. If it stops you out, it's okay. Get the better entry down here, because I really don't like that entry you have right there. You understand? Okay. I prefer it being somewhere down here where it's at. So here's what I would prefer to have that entry. If you get stopped out and it comes down lower, because what? I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting that if price reaches somewhere down here, and technically that will stop you out, then I'm going to enter somewhere down here. I'm not in this trade yet right now. So if it does happen, for me, because I'm not in the trade, I would want it to pull back here. But for you, you don't want it because you're already in the trade and you want it to just continue its way up. You with me?
Yep.
So just have your stop in front of your entry. Only cover your swap fee. Make sure that when you put your stop loss, look at your MT4, cover the swap fee, so that way you have a real break even, and then just watch for price in the zone so you could get a better entry.
Sounds like a plan.
That's what you would need to do. Alrighty. So with that being said, guys, it's 11 a.m. and all I want to do, this session is going to take place every day, Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 11. And I want to stay disciplined to the time frame, so that way I could do the other things I have planned for my day. I wish I could stay here all day helping you guys, but obviously I have some other things to do as well and to attend. But,
Jamar?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, as we build, when we have a significant news event like this, is it okay that on those days maybe to extend the time so we could actually see what happens in the market and how maybe to trade?
Yeah. What we could do is maybe at what time is the news today? Is that 2 p.m.?
Is that
at 2 p.m. If anybody wants to join me, I'm available, and we could basically observe the market together. I'll be available around that time.
Oh man, I got an appointment today at 2, but okay. But I was saying in the future, but maybe if you record it, that would be great.
There's going to be 2 p.m. and I'm going to definitely be in front of a screen when this news is about to break out, because I have USD trades and I would like to observe what's going on at that time frame.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. Have a great day. If anybody has any questions, just DM me if you need any help with anything. Indicators, like I said, I'm going to be taking care of that channel for you guys, and I'm going to be uploading a lot of free content that I've paid for there, but I'm a person that likes to help, so whatever I can help with you guys, I'm here.
Thanks, Jamar.
And we're loving it.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Session, bro.
Take care.
Everyone.
Yeah, guys.
See you later, guys.